the Booknerds Literary Roundup. This is our monthly segment where we talk about the latest lit news that's happening which really interested us. So let's start with the cutest news of the lot, which is a book in Kerala being launched by two cats. Yes, you heard me right. A man named Mr. Harish launched his 49th book in Kerala, and since a majority of the short stories in the book are about cats, he thought, hey, why should a celebrity launch this book? Let two cats launch them. So I think the cats' names were Mio and Kattu, and they, in the presence of four of their kittens as well as the author and a father from a close by church and his wife, all of them together launched this book, and it's the most heartwarming story I've ever read because I've heard of various celebrities launching books, but this is the first time I'm hearing two cats launching it, and the books were literally handed over to them and photos were taken, a shoot was taken with them, and the author said he chose Persian cats because they are the friendliest types of cats available. So what a way to start this video. So the next news is about Anna Centenary Library, which is right here in Chennai, really close to my place, and I'm really excited because they have lakhs and lakhs of books, almost 6 lakh books by more than 100 prominent authors. The news is that they are planning to open their doors to various different book discussions, live sessions, book events, even storytelling, painting, various contests in which the general public can take part. So I used to go to the library a lot. I borrow a lot of books from them. It also has a great ambience to sit and read. So it's really nice that you can go there and discuss books with various different members as well as the library staff as well. So it's like, if you have a true passion for reading, you can surround yourself with people who love it as much as you. So this initiative is starting very soon, and if you are in Chennai, definitely drop by. We can have a good discussion about books we love. So the next news that really intrigued us was the Library on Wheels, which is from Nagpur. So this is an initiative that encouraged various different people to read. It made books more accessible to people. And the most important thing is you can search for books you love with specific keywords. So sometimes people, like, this has been a problem even for me. I really love reading horror books, but when I go and search with keywords like scariest books or best books for Halloween or stuff like that, most of the books that are marketed as horror books are not necessarily horror. So this is a very niche curated list of books by Library on Wheels, and they are celebrating their 2nd anniversary actually, and it's really interesting because you can find exact matches of books for you with specific keywords. So they also mentioned recently that this is a way to make students read more books, to make our whole generation embrace books more and prioritize them over technology and anything else. Maybe even use technology to access books more easily. And the best part is they have over 400 books and over 200 readers. And very soon they are planning to start something called Library in Classroom, where they are going to make libraries and books accessible to village schools and students from villages, because there are people there who are really passionate about reading but they just can't access the books. So this is a great initiative that they are planning to extend there as well. And the next thing is again happening in Chennai between the 8th of December till 17th December. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this thing, I'll just put it here, but they are organizing this massive book meetup for like fantasy and games and various different genres and stories and storytelling, book reading and stuff like that. No registrations are required. It's open for anyone. You just need to have the passion for reading. What makes this amazing is how many panel discussions, how many people are involved in this, and literally anybody can come in and be a part of these sessions. So once again, this is a way to spread the love for reading and make people aware of different books, like discover new genres. I mean, it's one thing to speak to people about books you love, but finding books in genres is really amazing. Like, I attended this session just yesterday, and there was a session about fantasy books. I'm not really a big fan of fantasy apart from Harry Potter. I always thought it's very childish and everything, but during this session, just listening to people speak about all the underlying themes in fantasy stories, what subtle messages they convey, and how much it impacted their lives. Even something like Percy Jackson or Artemis Fowl or something like that, and hearing the way they were speaking about it inspired me to pick up the books. I mean, I'm still not a fan of fantasy. I haven't yet started reading that many fantasy books, but just listening to the way they spoke about it gave me this sense like, okay, it might be useful. Okay, it's not just a fairy tale. It's not just a story with fictitious elements written. It does have underlying themes. Like, even if you take Harry Potter, the way emotions are covered, the concept of love and friendship and combating the evil within, all that is discussed really well, and you carry those messages with you for life. And the next one is actually happening in Bangalore, and there's a transition in their culture right now. So they recently had the 11th edition of their Bangalore Literature Festival at a hotel in Bangalore, and a lot of the writers were talking about how they get lost in translation while translating their books to English, because a lot of people might not be fluent in English, or they might not be fluent in the language they are translating it to, and the message you're conveying may get lost, because even if you make a direct translation, you might have to change some words, or it might get conveyed wrongly. So there are so many hardships when you try to translate a book, and this session during the Bangalore Literature Festival was really inspirational, because it spoke a lot about the authors themselves were coming and narrating firsthand how difficult it is, and getting their books translated in English, especially without any fluency in other native tongues. And I'll just read out something which Minnie Krishnan mentioned, who is one of the translators. She said, language comes from the earth and the soil of a place. It resembles the natural conditions around and the people who speak it. How can you replicate soil or the elements of nature that are so unique in words that belong to some other distant land? It is a difficult job. This is the best way you can describe translations, and honestly you should be kind to the translators as well, because they are trying to do the best job possible, but there is always a little bit that you lose in translation, right? And the next one is about these various libraries that are opening in Punjab. So there was this problem, especially in the Barnala district in Punjab, where children were getting addicted to drugs, and just the social addiction that was going around, and drug abuse. So to pull children away from that and get them into the habit of reading, they are planning to open 6 new libraries in Punjab, in and around like various different districts. And the furnishing for the libraries and the books they are going to get, everything is going to be covered in about 2.5 lakhs. For each library, it's going to cost 2.5 lakhs. They are really putting in a lot of money and effort for this infrastructure. And the best part is about how it's open to all. So it's open to all, and there's going to be Wi-Fi enabled and air conditioned rooms for them to sit on. There are furniture pieces like brought in from IKEA, such as chairs and lounge sofas and tables and stuff like that. So you can literally chill. It's literally like a cafe. So it gives you that ambiance, because I mean, if you are somebody who's just overcoming a drug addiction, you might find it hard to go to a very quiet place like a library and, like focus with a bunch of people and read something new. So giving you a homely ambiance with like just a sofa you can chill on, and a lot of fairy lights, maybe Wi-Fi enabled devices and air condition especially, it will give you that comfort zone in which you will feel like reading. First of all, it will help you transition more smoothly into that. And so far they are planning to launch it in 6 different villages. 4 of them are done so far. So the names of these different libraries are mentioned right below, and these books will be available in Indian languages, foreign languages, as well as Punjabi novelists and poems, so that you can even spread the love for native tongues as well. And last but by no means least, to encourage people to join the Punjabi army, the Punjabi Chief Minister recently announced that he's going to extend the Punjab Military Lit Fest to various different districts and universities. So the MLF, which is the Military Literature Festival happening in Punjab, is going to be spread across different places, and it's going to inspire the youth with different patriotic literature to join the army, be a part of the military, and extend their patriotism towards the country. And they're going to be achieving this by looping in as many people as possible without being too preachy, using the books that have been written by native tongues as well as English and other foreign languages. So that's really interesting as well. So that brings an end to our lit news for this month. Hope you really enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one coming up next month. Thanks for watching.